Welcome to Waihan, my home away from home. A UNESCO World Heritage Site and where my Horizon journey began. My name is Beatrice Ellis and I'm from South Africa and I've been traveling for 19 years. I'm the resort manager of Anantara Waihan Resort. A charming luxury boutique resort edging on the Tobon River and only a walking distance from the ancient town. We have a variety of facilities catering to our international mix of guests. Waihan Riverside, our signature Vietnamese restaurant. Lanterns, the restaurant that the guests use for breakfast and can also be used for groups. We work with partners to create unique experiences for our guests in the resort. This is the latest addition to our F&B offerings, Art Space Restaurant. The concept for Art Space was created as Waihan is known for the local culture and art. There was no place for the artists to hang up their art, and therefore we created Art Space for them to come and hang it up. During this process, I was thinking about what other cultural or food experience can we create for our guests. I enjoy eating and then like to explore the local food in Waihan, and me and Chef got talking and I decided why not create our own local street food experience for our Anantara guests. And as I don't like cooking, I turned to our executive chef for some expert guidance. Chef, can you please tell us a little bit how you came up with the concept for the street food?
The idea of the street food guru came from, we went out with Finn, the executive sous chef, and he brought me to great places, special places in Hoi An, places where the local people eat, outside the old town where all the tourists are. And he brought me around and he showed me all his favorite street food vendors, and that was for me a special experience to see that, to taste the flavors, especially how they make it. It's Vietnamese food looks so very simple, but if you go into the ingredients and if you see how they make it, it's not easy and it's quite a lot of work. So with that concept, we said we need to do something with that. We need to bring our guests to this kind of places, not to the tourist places, not to the restaurants that everybody knows, but to the places where nobody comes and only the locals are. So we started with it and with a few times to try out, and every time again the stories that came up from them, from child onwards, that they came to that places, was great, and that was for us a special experience, and that's for the street food experience for us.
The biggest challenge to my project is getting approval from the government. $10,000 is the estimated cost from obtaining the operating license, not to count the other expenses. In order to minimize the cost and effectively launch the food tour, I managed to establish partnerships with a licensed tour operator to handle the logistics. We advise them the know-how and currently doing some trial runs to finalize all the remaining details. As we launched the street food experience, we dug into the origins and ingredients that goes into the traditional food. I reckon having a hydroponic farm will enhance the dining experiences for our guests, and this will allow us to create more job opportunities for the Kian Foundation. The Kian Foundation is a non-profit organization that cares for disadvantaged children in the Quang Nam province. I caught up with Jackie, the founder of the organization, to discuss the ongoing partnership between Kian Foundation and Anantara Waihan.
Children are building up their skills, so you want to be able to make an impact on their overall life. You don't want at the end of this time they just go back home, they spend their lives sitting on the bed watching TV or wandering aimlessly around their village waiting for their parents to come home. You want them to be actually able to do something with their lives. Before the Anantara started to support us, it was impossible for us to find any jobs for the kids, even though we've been trying to make it happen for a few years now. One of the problems is a very basic problem, and that most of our children live in the countryside. So people who might give them jobs, their businesses are usually in the cities, and then we can't get the kids there, the families can't get the kids there. So that is quite a basic but important thing that the Anantara be very understanding of and giving support to the children if they need help getting to and from work. The main problem with getting them to work has been that other businesses have their massive perception of the kids. They've either thought that the kids can't do anything at all, therefore can't, it's not worth giving them a job, or that they can do everything in the same way, with the same speed that a person without a disability would be able to do it. So neither of those things is true. The children can do lots of things, but they do need some support. So, for example, if you're working with a young person with a cognitive disability, they will benefit from having a regular routine and structure so they know what happens all the time. They might need the job modelled for them a few times before they start. If you're working with someone with a physical disability, they might need a little bit extra, give them a bit of time, longer time to complete their tasks. But, you know, it's not rocket science, it really just takes a little bit of a change in perception from the employer and the workmates.
This is the design for our hydroponic farm. At the moment, we are refining the design and identifying the most productive vegetables and herbs to grow. As per our estimation, we can grow about 200 kilograms of lettuce on a monthly basis. Currently, the resort is using on average 40 kilograms a month. It does open up the opportunity for us to sell the vegetables and provide them to our sister property in Quinyon. The training plan is already in place. We are going to have a chief gardener to work at the Kian Foundation on their farm. By the time we finish the construction at Anantara Resort, the Kian Foundation can send their trained children to work with us immediately. According to the time frame, our farm will be ready by the end of October. It will create at least 2 additional jobs for the Kian Foundation, and that will bring up the total number of employees to 6 people. As you can see, we are helping to shape the future of the kids. At the same time, we are shaping the future of our guest experience, as we will introduce an Anantara Express that will connect Anantara with Anantara Quinyon. The train carriage is collaboration between Minor Hotels and the train authorities of Vietnam to build a first-class wagon. The first phase of this project is to have the carriage serving between Da Nang and Quinyon province for 11 months of the year. As we frequently travel between Hue An and Quinyon for task force, we recognize the hustle experience for traveling by train. Although it's a unique experience when you get to see the scenic countryside from your carriage window, we found it quite difficult for our guests to have a chicken taking a reserved seat, to sit for 6 hours ride without the air condition, and to lack of quality food offerings. Therefore, we reached out to the train authorities and proposed the concept of having the first luxury train carriage in Vietnam. The carriage is about 60 square meters. Within that space, we will have 14 luxury seats, a dining area with a bar counter and a spa treatment room. The bar counter will entail a wine cabinet with a selection of hand-picked wines. To meet the safety standards, we will use the induction oven for cooking. My executive chef is currently working on a special menu consisting of fresh and healthy ingredients from Vietnam. Due to the limited space, we are unable to put a full spa facilities. Nevertheless, our guests can still relax and indulge in a special treatment that is customized for the train experience. For this project, it involves different stakeholders, and I found the need to identify internal and external relationships to achieve the business goals. To name a few, in order to rent a carriage, we need to negotiate with the Southern Train and Railroad Company but our consultant firm for the technical aspect is in the north of Vietnam. Despite the availability of tools of communications, we actually realized that a lot of the details are required to be finalized at a face-to-face meetings. A lot of involvement, a lot of traveling, many rounds of negotiations, hundreds of hours from different levels of management. Before we signed the MOU in February, which is a very important milestone, we spent almost a year in preparing the proposal about the facilities of the projects for both minor boards of management and the Vietnamese government. Since then, things are beginning to take shape, as I can now bring in a designer and a lawyer to assist the company in the implementation. Designing a train is much more difficult than I imagined. There are many factors that we need to pay attention to, such as whether the technical specs can endure the vibration of the moving train, whether materials will meet the operational standards, and how to transcribe the same level of comfort and hospitality to our guests. As soon as we received the first draft of the blueprints, we called for ideas and feedback from our colleagues and coaches. Our executive chef has made comments on how we should enhance the bar and dining experiences and shared his concern about FSMS challenges that might arise. We also identified the need to add in an area for the team members so they can also be comfortable during the ride. As we don't have any background in train operations, I'm actually blessed to have been supported from many stakeholders. The people that are involved in this project show a high level of commitment, a strong understanding of our vision, and we all take pride in this inspirational and innovational business venture. As we put the wheels of the train into motion, my journey with Minor Hotel still continues.